Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be presenting a public relations audit report on the organization Hope Clinic for Women. So just a quick overview of what this audit is going to be looking at. It's going to look into Hope Clinic, who they are, what they do, an overview of the industry that they fall under, some general public relations that they produce, a situation analysis of the organization, some of the publics they aim to reach out towards, and then it's really going to dive into some tactics, some public relations activities that Hope Clinic is currently producing, and really analyze those. And finally, the audit is going to conclude with some recommendations for how to continue to improve the public relations at Hope Clinic. So what is Hope Clinic? Hope Clinic is an organization located in Nashville that meets the needs of women facing unplanned pregnancies. Hope Clinic was founded in 1983 by community leaders, pastors, priests, physicians, and volunteers. Hope Clinic's mission statement is this: they are a faith-based, safe, and confidential place for anyone dealing with life choices regarding past, present, and future pregnancies. They provide medical care, professional counseling, education, mentorship, and practical support regardless of age, race, or religion. Hope Clinic provides many services for women, including medical care, professional counseling, education classes, case management, mentorship, and practical support. So the industry that Hope Clinic falls under is the reproductive health care industry. The World Health Organization describes reproductive health care as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity in all matters relating to the reproductive system and to its functions and processes. The purpose of this industry in society is so that people are able to have safe, satisfying sex with the capability and freedom to reproduce. So the history of this industry began in the 1960s and 70s with organizations like the United Nations Population Fund, the World Health Organization, and also movements and people like the Women's Health Movement and Margaret Sanger, who is the creator of Planned Parenthood. Reproductive healthcare today has taken quite a political turn. In 1973, abortion was legalized through the Supreme Court case of Roe v. Wade, and so that has made the reproductive healthcare much more political and focused on reproductive rights. So, looking into the public relations at Hope Clinic, the public relations is conducted by the outreach manager, Megan Snell. Megan is the second tier on the organizational chart of Hope Clinic. And her roles at Hope Clinic really are to provide connection and spark activity in the relationships between churches, volunteers, and Hope Clinic. She does not cover advertising or marketing, as the development coordinator focuses on this at Hope Clinic. Two areas that Hope Clinic focuses on are consumer relations and media relations. So a lot of Hope Clinic's efforts are geared towards their consumers. They also aim to greatly utilize their unique position of standing outside of politics on issues that for many are very political. Also, according to Megan, they also focus a great deal on trying to engage with local media as much as possible for fundraising events that they have throughout the year. So the situation analysis, I've divided it up into a SWOT analysis focusing on the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats that Hope Clinic faces. So some of their strengths are their location. They're located right downtown Nashville, very accessible to lots of people. They have a wide variety of services. They have a professionally trained staff. They have lots of volunteers that help them produce their services. They're able to provide services at free or very low cost in comparison to their other competitors. And also the fact that the feminist movement is such a big deal right now helps just bring awareness to what Hope Clinic does. Some of their weaknesses are their lack of volunteers. As stated on their website, they're lacking volunteers in many areas right now. They're not as known as their competitors like Planned Parenthood, which has over 600 health centers. Hope Clinic is in a change, so they're not quite as known as bigger organizations like that. They have a smaller staff of only 13 people, and another final weakness is that the feminist movement is a huge supporter of Planned Parenthood, which is unfortunately Hope Clinic's biggest competitor. Some opportunities that Hope Clinic has right now is to provide commentary on current events because they don't take a political stance on these very oftentimes political events. They can provide some great commentary and which could provide them with some great opportunities. Another opportunity is utilizing the CEO, Renee Rizzo, as a speaker. She is a great CEO, but also a very powerful and knowledgeable speaker, so that could be a great opportunity for them. And a threat that they're facing right now is funding. Because of the coronavirus pandemic and the economic drop, their funding has gone down quite a bit, and so they're just struggling to continue to have people give right now, even though it's a time of scarcity. I've divided their publics into producers, consumers, enablers, and limiters. So the producers of Hope Clinic are their staff, their volunteers, and their donors. These people all help produce the services of Hope Clinic. Their consumers, the people that consume their services, are women in need of reproductive health care, men in relationships with women facing unplanned pregnancies, and children. And the enablers that enable Hope Clinic to do what they do are churches, News for Nashville, which is a local news media source, and their community partners. Lastly, the limiters that may limit Hope Clinic's full success is their competitor organization, Planned Parenthood, located only half a mile down the street from them, and people opposed to the faith-based values that Hope Clinic has. So now we're going to dig into the activities, the tactics that they are using to reach these publics that we just mentioned. So tactic number one is their June 2020 newsletter. So an overview of this is just it's just a newsletter for volunteers and donors. It was sent out in the month of June. It's to inform and update their volunteers and donors of what's going on in the organization. It's very informative, not much emotional or persuasive appeal, just pretty much information and facts. And this was sent out through the channel of an email. The outcome of this tactic is that volunteers and donors stay updated, and the theory used, or the theory present in this tactic, is the uses and gratification theory. The second tactic is the About Us page on their website. This page just kind of shows the history and mission statement of Hope Clinic. An objective of this is to specifically inform women in crisis, to make them feel comfortable with Hope Clinic and make them feel comfortable possibly coming and scheduling an appointment. Some communication strategies used are informative and persuasive strategies. And once again, the outcome would be that people feel comfortable with the organization once they know the background and look to get involved. The theories used are social diffusion and uses and gratification. The third tactic is Hope Clinic's website. So the website pretty much just provides information on who the organization is, what they do, and how to get involved with Hope Clinic. The objective is to inform prospective clients, volunteers, and donors, and to urge them to take action. There's lots of different strategies used on their website, some of which include informative, persuasive, and promise and reward strategies. The outcome of their website is that it is very geared towards their clients. While there is information for volunteers and donors, it is definitely made for clients and provides clients with the most amount of information. Two theories that are prevalent in this tactic are social diffusion and the uses and gratification theory. The fourth tactic is Hope Clinic Summer Stories series campaign. So this is a series of videos that are being produced this summer of women telling their stories of how they got involved with Hope Clinic and maybe what brought them there. The objective of this series, this campaign, is to generate money from donors during this summer. As I said earlier, Hope Clinic's funding is down right now, and so they're looking to kind of just remind people to continue to give and to donate towards them. Some communication strategies used are persuasion, and the channel used to produce these videos is that they're being posted on social media and on their website. The outcome of this tactic is that Hope Clinic will continue to raise donations. And two theories that are prevalent are the magic bullet theory and the uses and gratification theory. The final tactic that this audit aims to analyze is the fundraising events that Hope Clinic produces. So they have 5 fundraising events each year. The objective of these is to raise over $1 million each year to continue to provide their services at the low cost that they do. The communication strategies used are persuasion and bargaining. And the outcomes of this campaign is to raise money to continue to provide their services. Finally, the theory that is very prevalent in this campaign, in this tactic, are the uses and gratification theory. So to conclude this audit, the 3 recommendations that I would make for Hope Clinic is to initially include more details of the organization's history and logistical information on their website. Once again, their website is very geared towards their prospective clients. However, it would be helpful for them to communicate and meet the needs of another public as well as continuing to meet the needs of their most prominent one. A second recommendation would be a little bit more media coverage. In the past year, Hope Clinic has had 2 news highlights. However, since before this year, they had not had one since 2016. So more media coverage could provide them with some great non-biased opinions and create stronger credibility in their organization. And lastly, I'd recommend that they have more face-to-face interaction with their community. They definitely connect with their community through social media, but face-to-face interaction can be much more memorable and personal for them to communicate and build that relationship with them. So I hope that you enjoyed this audit presentation of Hope Clinic for Women. Thank you so much.